Hey everyone, this is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. I wanted to do a quick video on witchcraft. The title of this video is going to be called Exposing the Witch. I want to introduce myself real quick. I am Tiffany with Healthy Passions. I am a certified personal trainer, oracle, and an energy healer. I wanted to get this video out actually 2 days ago, but the Most High added some things, some great information. So I wanted to go ahead and put that. This is probably going to be done in 2 parts because the scripture that I read kind of brings up some other things. So I'm going to probably call this part 1, but for now we're just going to go with exposing the witch. Okay. I'm going to start with 2 scriptures. Excuse me. My allergies are acting up really bad. That's why I'm not showing my face. But every time I do a video now lately, it seems like my allergies act up really bad right before I go online. But I took an allergy pill, so hopefully that'll work. We're going to start with 2 scriptures. The first one's going to be Revelations 18 to 23, and then Leviticus 20 to 27. All right, so Revelations chapter 18, 23, and it reads as so. And I'm going to be using the Hallelujah Bible, which is my favorite Bible. In the light of the lamp shall not shine in you any more at all, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall not be heard in you any more at all. For your merchants were the great ones of the earth. For by your drug sorcery, all nations were led astray. Okay. That's Revelations 18:23. We're going to go now to Leviticus 20:27. All right, let's get here. In a man or a woman in whom there is a medium, or who are spiritualists, shall certainly be put to death. They are to be stoned with stones. Their blood is on their own hands. So, yeah, that was Leviticus 20:27, and that kind of sets the stage of what we're going to be talking about. But let's go into the notes that I have. The Most High gave me these directly, so we will be going in the order that He has. So I'm going to start this off with a little story. The Most High is very hilarious. He had me watch a movie called Death Becomes Her, and it kind of set the stage for the notes and the messages that he gave. And basically in the movie, it's a funny movie from I think 1992 called Death Becomes Her. And in the movie, what he was showing me was how covens work, secret societies and stuff like that, and occultists. Also in the movie, it kind of gave me the mindset of the witch. All right, and why they do the things they do and how they think and parts of their personalities and insecurities and things like that. Kind of why they get into witchcraft. All right, so let's talk about this worldly strange woman that the Bible talks about. All right, so common reasons. Let's start with that. Common reasons why people become a witch. Common reasons would be, number 1, they want to take control of their own lives, meaning they want to have control of their destiny, control of how things go in their lives, how things flow. Number 2, protection, not from the Most High, but through their own magic. So a lot of times when people don't believe in the Most High, or they don't put their trust or faith in the Most High, they do what we call protection spells. So they do witchcraft for protection against an opposing enemy. They do it for prosperity, success in their business, and good luck or good fortune. So they do it for money. Number 4, they manipulate energy for personal gain. Number 5, revenge, to inflict harm, pain, death, or misfortune towards someone else, to get revenge on an enemy. They also like to do destiny transfers. Number 7 is controlling the will of others. Number 8 is love and obsession to keep a person in their lives or with another person that would normally walk away from them, but they want to keep that person. They do scrying. So they do, number 9 would be spy or monitoring other people. Number 10 is to stop, delay, or negatively affect or kill an enemy. To stop, delay, or negatively affect or kill an enemy. Number 11, opportunity to get what one desires at all costs. Number 12, revenge against the Most High. Sometimes when the Most High is asked for something and he says no, or he doesn't give it to them, they want revenge. They become mad at the Most High, so they want revenge from the Most High. Number 13, lust, jealousy, envy, and power hungry. Number 14 is generational lineage. Number 15 is remedy to illnesses. Number 16, to bring forth children. Number 17, status in society, marriage and powerful bloodlines. So these are just 17 of the reasons. There are plenty more why, but those are good general ones. All right, so let's go here. If you hear the paper, it is my notes. So I'm going to go as fast as I can because I'm really tired and I want to get this out. So different types of common witchcrafts that we hear about would be voodoo, santeria, hoodoo, orishas, etc. Things like that. Things that we've heard that are based out of African mix with Christianity sometimes. Some of them have a Latino type flair to it as well. But it's a lot of things mixed together. So those are some of those. Some people look at like voodoo and hoodoo and sometimes santeria as a religion, but it's a very different thing, and we're gonna get into it. So let's talk about the main part of this video. Why is the Most High adamantly against witchcraft? All right, number 1, it disrespects free will. When we are put through the portal and birthed into the planet Earth, we are exercising what we call free will. That is a spiritual law that should not be broken, and witchcraft violates that. So free will is the freedom of choice or desire to do something that we have as living beings on the planet Earth. So love spells, death magic, separation spells, etc. all go against the free will of the victim. If you force someone to love you, then they want to leave the relationship to be with you. If you force someone to love you, that's violating their free will. Most likely, the thing you should do is let them leave the relationship. All right, let them be with you if they decide to be with you. Okay, so when they do these type of love spells, it's like you're forcing someone to be in a relationship with you, or it's hard to explain. For someone to be in a relationship, I'm not going to edit, so I'm going to continue because I'm really tired and it's going to take a while to get this out. Or cause ultimate death, or the death. You're playing with God. You have no right to control another person's, or you have no right to control a person's will or their desire to be with who they want to be with, or even control them with poisonous potions. So that's number 1. So the disrespect of free will. Number 2, violation of spiritual law. There's so many laws that are violated when you practice dark arts or witchcraft. Breaking life contracts or causing destiny transfers is a serious violation of spiritual law. You are illegally viewing privileged information through the Akashic records through witchcraft, and then you're benefiting for your own selfish desires. That is a major no-no. Number 3, thinking you are all-powerful, your own God. After all, if you were so powerful, why would you need to manipulate people or energies to get what you want? If you're all-powerful, you should be able to just will it into existence, right? All right, so number 4, worship of the creation instead of the creator. So this is where they get into adultery as far as when it comes to religion and worship and things like that. All witchcraft is idol worship. The elements, earth, the animals do not require worship to do what they were created to do. If I create something and then I control what I created, it would be insane to think that another thing outside of what the creator did could control the creation and defeat it. It's kind of foolish. So in my opinion, and from my standpoint, it's foolish to do witchcraft because the person that created it controls it, right? So if I do magic to try to control another thing's creation, I think they would know how to kind of offset that. So it'd be foolish to think that you can go against the Most High in his own creation. All right, so number 5, instantly participating in sin, causing separation from the source or the Most High. So when you do witchcraft, you're instantly separating yourself from source. You are becoming like a prodigal or lost in the wilderness or whatever term you want to use, but you're actually separating yourself from the Most High. The Most High is not leaving you, you are removing yourself. Most High cannot go against his own laws and commandments, nor his own word. Y'all cannot lie. So, nor can he be around unholiness. The moment you break y'all's spiritual laws, you come out of covenant with the Most High. Then you are now in covenant with darkness or evil. You cannot serve two masters nor play both sides. For example, there is no such thing as a Christian witch. I'm hearing that a lot. Christian witches. There's no such thing. You can't be both. You're either serving the devil or negative energy, or you're serving the Most High, positive energy. There's no in between. All right. Number 6, working with demons and speaking with the dead and familiar spirits. The Most High forbids this because you are in communion with the enemy. You are misled by evil spirits, causing curses in your life and in the lives of others, and in your bloodline and in the bloodline of others. You are also causing demonic access and curses to the people you are claiming you are trying to help heal or to help them solve their situation. So instead of helping and healing, you may think that's what you're doing, but instead you're causing curses because you're breaking spiritual laws left and right. Okay? Number 7 of why the Most High is against witchcraft. Number 7 is demonic possession. So most forms of witchcraft openly admit that they allow partial or full possession of the person during the witchcraft ceremonies. During possession, you are not in control of your own self. You are taking a risk of being fully given over to an evil entity. It's never okay to allow another entity to, especially a demonic entity, to enter yourself, because you are to remain you. And if you allow an evil entity to enter you, and then you commit, let's say, murder or something like that, you will be held accountable for that sin. So that's why possession is shunned upon. We don't want you don't want anything taking over. Number 8, serving of false gods. All right, so deities are mostly fallen angels or demons. Everything has ranks, even in the dark kingdom. So you got some high-level deities or high-level fallen angels or demons. They're demons. No exceptions. No matter what deity you work with, serve, or worship, they are all subject to the Most High. Yeah. So why would you serve or worship a lesser god? In most cases, it's because the Most High told you no to something that you wanted and something that you desired. So never the person that says, okay, so the Most High says, no, I'm going to use this deity to get what I want. But they never consider why the Most High told them no. Most likely he told you no or gave you rejection in that area was for your own protection. No devil gives a damn about your protection. Trust me. These demons only want your worship service, and they want your soul at the end of your life. So they don't care either way because they want your soul. So the Most High actually loves and cares for your soul. So he wants to protect your soul, but demons do not. Okay. Number 9, creating another way, or creating another way instead of the way God's word gave sanction to. All right, so like tarot cards, if you think about the word, just the word tarot. All right, so the Old Testament is called the Torah. The Old Testament is called the Torah. That's the laws and commandments of God. And then you have tarot, which is tarot cards. 2 different ways. So you can look at tarot almost just translated as another way. And that's why it's so demonic, and you shouldn't use tarot cards. I used tarot cards for a little while there, and I had to repent from that and then recant the use of that because that was a quick way to hell for me. I'm not allowed to use tarot cards at all. The gifts that I have, I absolutely don't need any tool. So for me to actually play with that was very dangerous. So the Most High warned me against it strongly. I do not recommend tarot cards. It's another way to try to get information and or see the future or to change a destiny. And when you're doing tarot, you are definitely speaking with demons only. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They're called masquerading spirits, and they can pretend to be your dead loved ones. They can pretend to be anything you want them to be, and they tend to give you very little truth and a whole bunch of lies. So tarot is not the way. You're creating other avenues to get what you want or to get the information you want. You're basically telling the Most High that you are more powerful and that your way is the better way, and you will quickly learn, even through tarot card readings, that your life will be in shambles because you gave access to demons in that way. It was an open door. All right, 10. Let's go here. It's the breakdown and defeat of generations. This is a big reason why the Most High is against witchcraft. Sin brings curses. Continued sin leads to spiritual contracts. And the contracts, usually in the small print, most likely, there is an attachment that there is a part of that in small print that the deity or the demon is allowed to enter into your bloodline. When witches or anyone come into agreement with demons or contract with demons, they have to offer something to that demon that it wants. Most of the time, it's innocent children or family members die due to this selfish contract of one person. So let's say you have a person, let's say you had a grandmother who was into witchcraft and came into an agreement or contract with the demon. Let's say 3rd generation of children will be affected horribly from the contract. It may not happen right away, it might not be the next generation, but the next 3 to 10 generations could be affected just from that one contract. And Most High does not want our families and bloodlines to be affected by generational curses. So witchcraft is very dangerous in that way. Number 11. Most people start witchcraft due to some type of trauma, harm, or hurt, due to some type of trauma that they've been through. Instead of healing from the trauma, they allow it to consume them. And in most cases, the witch felt wronged in some way, and then they think bad magic would bring them justice. Not all witches believe that they are bad. Some try not to be, but they call themselves white witches or good witches, but they are still in sin for manipulating free will or doing harm to others, um, that take advantage of their victims. So let's say, for instance, you have a good witch. Most of the time, she just wants to do healing spells and things like that. She considers herself a light worker or a good witch, right? And let's say you have a predator, a rapist in the area, and she does a spell to try to stop that rapist. All right, that's still dark magic, and that person is still in sin and controlling and manipulating situations, and also trying to take justice into her own hands. And that's why she's, even as a good witch, she's still in sin, and the Most High is still against it. So whether it's good magic, whether it's light, white magic or dark magic, it doesn't matter. It is still sin. All right. Number 12. Witchcraft empowers territorial, regional, and national demonic entities that take down whole cities, countries, and societies. America is a prime example of places that are saturated with witchcraft and in a demonic society. So we have demons with different ranks that are over different territories, and witchcraft actually empowers them to take over whole communities. I know you've seen cities where it's like run down and fatherless homes, marriages not working, untimely deaths, and accidental deaths and stuff like that. That's due to witchcraft. That's why it's continuing to happen. It stays and empowers those demonic entities in those areas. All right, so let's go here. I want to talk a little bit about the threefold rule. It's a form of karma, or a definition of karma within most witchcraft practices. But it's not just in witchcraft. This is actually a spiritual law. So it's called the threefold law, or the rule of three. So it's a form of karma in Wicca, and the threefold law is a form of karma in Wicca. Everything you do comes back to you three times, or threefold, negative or positive. The threefold rule is mainly in Wicca, but majority forms of witchcraft or traditional witchcraft, this concept is not widely accepted. That's why they do certain things like death magic and stuff like that. They don't really accept that rule, but because it is a spiritual rule, it still applies to everything. So if you're on this planet, it's the threefold rule. All right. The origin of witchcraft. I want to kind of take this back to the Bible, and because everything I do is biblically based. So I want to go to the book of Enoch. All right, so let's start with the fallen angels. According to the book of Enoch, the fallen angels stole the knowledge of witchcraft, astrology, herbs for spell casting, and the knowledge of weaponry and war from heaven, and they taught our enemies, certain humans, this information, and those humans just happen to be our enemies. And then these same fallen angels married and had children with these same women and created abominable bloodlines. So that's where you have the 13 bloodlines, where they're children of the fallen angels. And generational witches are most likely descendants of the cursed bloodline. The demons, deities, and evil spirits that operate in witchcraft are helping, basically, their blood kill Yah's children. So they are actually technically related in a way, because according to Enoch, the evil spirits are in the Nephilim, and the giants, and the women that the fallen angels married are mermaids and sirens. The evil spirits of the children and offspring don't leave the earth when they die, because they're not divine or human. They are mixed, and there was no creation for that, and that was not supposed to be. So they're abominable bloodlines. And so when they die, they're evil spirits, or what we call demons and spirits and ghosts that are tormenting humankind. And that's where that comes from. And this is according to Enoch. Let me see where I was, excuse me. All right. The demons and the deities and the evil spirits that operate in witchcraft are helping their blood kill Yah's children. If you are not a part of the actual bloodline of these demons, but you still practice witchcraft, you have come into agreement with the kingdom of darkness, and therefore you are an enemy of the Most High as well. So you will be treated as such, because even if you're not a part of those bloodlines, let's say a child of the Most High by blood is practicing dark magic or witchcraft, then they have come in agreement with witchcraft, and they are now in the kingdom of darkness. They forfeited their heritage and who they are, and now they're operating with that, and they will get the same punishment. All right. So also with the fallen angels, I wanted to put that white magic or black magic are both sin. What the children of the Most High use is what I call pure magic. It's different than the white magic and the black magic, okay? So in which we use the power of the Most High to heal, create, change, or to control the elements and weather. The children of the Most High are one with Yah, are the Most High, God, who people call God. We're one with earth and spiritual realm and every kingdom on the planet, and we follow spiritual law. So we're one with the whole entity, and witchcraft steps outside of that. So it is sin. White magic and black magic origins, not one with the Most High, right? So when you're practicing that, you're not one with the Most High. It's a cheap knockoff of pure magic, all right? So magic in itself is not necessarily bad, but the form of magic that witches are using and occultists are using is bad, because it's a knockoff of what the original is. They weren't born with it, and they're definitely not using the Most High to do any of their manipulation or whatever they're doing. Okay, so both are twisted, wicked versions of pure magic concepts. The devil doesn't create, he only copies things. He only copies things and makes systems that oppose the Most High's creation of the original. So like, if the Most High creates something, the devil will mimic it, and it'll be a knockoff version or a demonic version or a twisted version of what the Most High created, because he can only copy. He doesn't create anything. All right. That is why people who feel white magic, who do white magic are still in violation. Your system involves worship of lesser gods, deities, and objects, and animals, fallen angels, saints, elements, the moon, stars, sun, in the sky, and all of which show reference to the creation instead of the creator. That is why in most cases the child of the Most High is more powerful than witches, and has authority over all forms of witchcraft, because we're one with the Most High. We're one with the things on the planet. So therefore, we're actually going to always be more powerful. And especially if you have a bona fide child of the Most High who follows the laws and commandments, who lives holy, who prays, who does that, it is very difficult for any dark entity to take them down. Okay. So this is the part that kind of had me delayed. I wanted to give a quick breakdown of these names and titles. I probably will do a part 2, the Most High sees fit. The negative connotations of people practicing magic would be called a witch or a wizard. A witch can be a male or a female, usually associated with female, but the male witch would be called a wizard. So, whether it's dark magic, white magic, they're all evil, like I said before, and they're all aspects of sorcery. A magician, I say that bad, so a person who practices magic, or a mystic, that would be the positive. So a magician can enter any state of trance at will in order to communicate with a particular entity or a plane of existence. They have a clear understanding of spiritual law and know how to use them to manipulate and affect. They are people with magical and spiritual powers. All right. A mystic is a person who seeks by contemplation or meditation and self surrender to obtain unity with the unity or absorption into the deity or the absolute, or who believes that the spiritual apprehension of truths that are beyond the intellect. So a mystic is kind of like a step up, it's like a person who wants to be one with the Most High and one with everything, but not necessarily evil. There are some evil mystic people, but they would be under the guides of a wizard or a witch. There are evil magicians, but that would be make them switch to a witch or a wizard. So there are good people that probably don't practice dark magic, who believe that they're doing light work, but there's a thin line there. They shouldn't call themselves witches if that's not what they're doing. They need to either be, they're probably mystics or healers or magicians, okay? Also, I just wanted to add, a witch is a person that has magical powers, especially for evil. It could be a man or a woman, but they're all evil. A wizard is a male witch. They're skilled in magic, but they're evil. And the reason why they're evil is because they want to control free will. And that is against the Most High's plan for us. Now, there is two other terms that I want to talk about. One is a warlock, and a lot of people think that that's a male witch. No, a warlock can be a man or a woman. A warlock really is, if you do your research, is a breaker of oaths or a deceiver, a traitor. Some are evil, some are not. Now, if you're in a coven and you break your oath, or if you're in a cult organization and you break your oath, you are now called a warlock. Okay, and then sorcerer is more of a general term. A person who practices sorcery, a person that seeks to control and use magic powers to obtain it. And so that would make you an evil person because you are practicing sin by breaking the law of free will. So sorcerers are considered evil, even though sorcery can be in all kinds of forms of magic, okay? All children of the Most High are magicians and mystics, and due to the spiritual gifts given to them by the Most High. And you must understand the reason why it's not considered evil is because it's given to them by the Most High by birth. It's not something that they are learning to do to cause harm or to change someone. It's something that they naturally do. And when they are doing their magic, or when they are using their gifts, it is empowered by the Most High. It's not something that they're doing to someone. So it's not their own will, it's the Most High's will being used through them. Because here on earth, when you have a vessel, you have to have that gives you authority on the planet. So the Most High will use your vessel to heal someone, or use your vessel to make a miracle, or do a certain thing, control an element. The Most High cannot go against his own word. So since he doesn't have a physical vessel, he can't just come and do things. He has to do it through his children that are alive on earth. Just like the same is true with the devil. If he doesn't have a vessel, he is illegally doing something. And So that he has to have someone willing, and that's where the witches and wizards come in, that are willing, they're willingly allowing evil entities to take over them to have access on the earth. And that's what it is. So I believe this is going to be a part one, because after I read the scriptures, I really got a whole bunch of information flooding in. So this is part one. I will come with part two probably tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed night. Good night. I am going to bed. I love you guys. Take care.